from one Airbnb to 4, like within a 60-day time span. I came from poverty, and none of my family wasn't wealthy or rich. I saved up $7,000. I invested inside of my first Airbnb, and that actually worked.
If you was to teach somebody about how they can leverage credit, what would be some advice?
When you actually get the funding, you want to invest inside of an asset that's going to pay you back. Most people mistake activity for outcome. When you touching everything inside of your company, you don't own anything. Like if you don't have something working for you, you feel what I'm saying? While you gone, then you basically working a 9 to 5.
You a glorified employee.
I was told, like everybody else was told, it takes money to make money. And the only thing I feel like they didn't put inside of that line is that it don't have to be your money.
Welcome to another episode of the Think So podcast. I'm coming from you guys. I'm coming to you guys today from my hometown of Memphis, Tennessee. I'm very excited about the person that I got on the show today. He's also a Memphis native, but you know he may have gotten a little bit smart and moved to Dallas. My man Kiee Gibson. I've been watching this man on all social media platforms. You know, I was impressed about what he was doing on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. So I said, man, this one of the guys I need to interview because he kind of remind me of myself in my younger days, but nevertheless, my man, I'm happy to have you on the show.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I might learn something today. You might learn from me or whatever, but I'm excited about you taking the time out your busy schedule to sit down and talk to me. But without further ado, I want you to talk about how you got started in the game of credit. Who are some of the people that you may have learned from, and where you plan on going with this whole credit movement?
Okay. Originally how I got started, like I started in, I started down here in Memphis.
Right.
And I was working a job as an inspector right before I left here as a salesperson. And while I was working my job, I was told, like everybody else was told, like, it takes money to make money.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? The only thing I feel like they didn't put inside of that line is that it don't have to be your money. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
But I took that because I came from poverty, and none of my family wasn't wealthy or rich. So I stuck with it. I'm like, all right, it take money to make money. So I got to save my money up from my job. And that's what I did. I saved up $7,000. I invested inside of my first Airbnb, right? And that actually worked, right? It started making me money. So I'm like, okay, it's making me a little bit of money, but I still can't quit my job, right?
Right.
So I'm like, my best friend ended up passing away down here. He got shot down. And I was like, I'm pretty good to get the hell out of here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, it's time for a change or something. You feel me? So I went out to Texas, packed everything up, went out to Texas and kept that Airbnb, right? I was hoping that my job would just like continue to pay me so I can go from that Airbnb to the next, but that ain't what happened. You feel what I'm saying? Like 2 weeks later, just life started to hit me real hard, right? They called me, they fired me, right?
Wow.
Yeah, I wouldn't get my paycheck that Friday. And at that point, I was stuck out in Texas. I was at this girl house that I knew, and I was sleeping on pretty much her couch, bed. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't my place.
Right.
And I'm like, well, damn, bro, if I can get from my first Airbnb to my second, that'd be great. You know what I'm saying? But reality was that I was broke. You feel what I'm saying? My bank account it just wasn't just low, it was negative. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And and I was sleeping on somebody else's couch. So it's just like, it hit me. But when I start coming past like videos and certain stuff like that, I start coming past information about like LLCs and you can use other people's money. It almost seemed like everything fell in place.
Right.
Like everything was in place. I already had an LLC because of the job I had worked, but I ain't know what it was or nothing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, I'm seeing this this information. I'm like, I got an LLC. You know what I'm saying? I got money going through it. So I end up calling. I said, well, damn, if I could just rinse and repeat what I just did right there. First Airbnb worked. So if I can rinse and repeat that over and over again, then I can eventually be financially free. Because I made the decision I'm no longer working a job again after they fired me. Because I worked for them 5 years, right? But immediately after that, after they fired me, and I made the decision, I kid you not, probably about a week or two later, right? I ended up contacting banks and I found 2 of them. I found 2 of them that said they'll be able to fund me in a 48-hour period, right? So I'm like, okay, cool. But my bank account's still negative, right? So I'm like, all right, cool. They told me I got to be able to get that wiped away. And I actually used, you know what I'm saying, shout out to Sherman. I called Sherman and and I was like, because that's the only person I could call at that point. I was like, hey, listen, I need like $600 to be able to clear my account. So like, I'm paying back to you tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? He sent it to me. You know what I'm saying? I sent him the money back the next day. And from there, I took that money. It wasn't much. I got funded by the first one about $11,000, right? I took that, went to my second Airbnb.
You remember the name of the banks? You mind sharing or you don't remember?
What was the first?
Was it small? It's probably smaller.
No. The first one is One Park Financial.
Okay.
So they was fintech companies.
Okay.
Yeah, they was fintech. Yeah, it was fintech company. I had to go through a fintech company at that point, right? That was my only option.
Right.
So yeah. Once I got funded from them, I'm like, okay, well, in order for them to not see that, you know what I'm saying, I need to get some more because I'm trying to. At that point, I'm trying to move fast.
Right.
You know.
Right.
So I contacted another company the next day. They said they could give me some funding. So boom, I got funding from both of them. I went from 1 Airbnb to 4, like within a 60-day time span, you know? And that's what really started everything, right? I started to like kind of just go on the internet and talk about how I went to my first Airbnb, how I got my first Airbnb, everything I was doing at the moment, right? And that just started the whole wave for me on the internet. You know what I mean?
Right. Do you think that by you setting up the Airbnbs as a business, do you think that that made you better? I mean, in terms of being a businessman, that enhance your business your business skills as far as managing all the Airbnbs that you had acquired?
Do I think it helped like my skills growing as for managing?
Yeah, it will help you as far as being a better businessman. Like,
yeah, it did. It did. Like everything, like kind of like play a part. You know what I'm saying? But it's like when I got inside of it, you know, it's stuff that you don't know that you end up finding out about. You end up learning. You know what I'm saying? Along the way, and it's like that's why I said the whole line now, and I truly believe that is that. You know, before you actually just jump into something and start trying to move fast, you got to already have it finished. You got to have it structured and know who you got to get and put them in place. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So, yeah, I was moving fast at the time. It did help me out, though. Like, it did help me, like, it helped with my confidence. You feel what I'm saying? It helped with my situation. You feel me? It helped with a lot of stuff, you know? But managing... I think when it comes to managing, like it probably take you 5 minutes to be able to like learn about managing something, but it's gonna take you a lifetime to master it. You feel me?
Right.
So yeah, but it definitely helped though.
So after you had acquired the Airbnbs, like where did it go from there? Like,
so okay, after I got to my 5th Airbnb because I was moving so fast. Everything started to plummet. Everything started to go down, right? I'm like, well, damn, hold on. My first Airbnb that I had, it was still making money, right? But every single one, that was out of Memphis, right?
Right.
But every single one that I had got inside of Dallas wasn't doing good. Like, right? I'm making about $400 in profit. Like,
Right.
and that's not bad, right? It's not bad only if you got a group of units though. See, that's something I learned along the way. You feel me? When I'm getting one by one, you feel what I'm saying? There's people going and buying up at the apartment 10 units at one time. So like
Right.
now you got 400 times 10,
Right.
you know? But yeah, as I was going throughout, my first Airbnb, it continued to stay. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? But all the other ones down here, I'm literally just fumbling, trying to take money from this Airbnb, put it. They end up like going down. And at that point, I was stuck at the person like on the internet trying to show you how to be able to do Airbnb. You feel what I'm saying?
Man.
And I'm failing at Airbnb at that point. You know what I'm saying? So
So see, a lot of people, a lot of people wouldn't admit that. Like, but so what you saying, you were still talking about being successful and prosperous, run the Airbnb business, but you saying at the same time you were failing.
so yes, I was talking about it. But I didn't continue to talk about it,
Right.
right? Because
Right.
I didn't feel right in my heart to even like just go and be like, I'm knowing I'm feeling when it come to
Yeah.
Airbnb. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm continually trying to tell you how to be able to do that, right?
Right.
So I didn't feel so I'm like, all right. I noticed I did start making money off of the industry, not only from because at the time I was making money from Airbnb,
Yeah.
and I was also making money from telling people how to get inside the Airbnb.
Right.
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 So when you taking money from people, you feel me? You can't just like, you know what I'm saying? So at that point, I was left with my first Airbnb, and I was like, bro, damn. I just sat down and I'm like, what do I know? You feel what I'm saying? What have people actually asked me a question about that I do know? And that turned out to be business credit. Because I got inside of my business when it came to business credit, right? I learned all about business credit.
So you started with the business credit even before you started with the personal.
Yeah, I was already, because that's what I was unknowingly doing this stuff. Like I really just got inside of it. Like the job I had, they told me to get an LLC. I'm like, what the hell is an LLC? But I go on Google, pay for it, boom. I sent them the information. I'm good. But a guy that I was with inside of there, he told me, hey, listen, you go get you a business checkers account. It's a business ticket. You feel what I'm saying? So I got the business checkers account. Another person tell me I could start building credit with it. And it just started going like that, right? That's why I was telling you everything seemed like it fell in place when I got fired, right? Because everything was already there for me and ready to work.
Right.
So, but yeah, I stopped that. I stopped talking about Airbnb completely. I was wondering like how people would see me if I switch over lanes,
Right.
you know, but it turned out well, you know, it turned out well.
So you started with the business credit. Let me ask you now that you like have like embraced really the whole credit movement.
Mhm.
Where do you see yourself going with it now? You know, I know you're teaching other people online, giving, you know, personal and business tips. And I've seen you do like I told you, I saw a video that you did the other day when you was talking about building a house, like having the house built. You
Mhm.
know, basically teaching what I would say, teaching people how to have patience. Where do you see yourself going from this point?
Well, I kind of see myself going to era to where I'm more like seeing the real.
Mm.
And it's like now with other people, I see I got people coming to me and depending on me, right? So it's like I gotta give them the real. I can't just tell them something that's sound good right now, and it can sound instant and good for you. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Now I'm just like I gotta tell you the real, and it's like either you gonna accept that and learn the way like, or you either gonna learn the hard way on that one, or you gonna learn. You feel what I'm saying? Like
Right.
you gonna get like some wisdom that helps you out. You feel what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
Because what's the line? You know, a smart man makes a mistake
Mhm.
and learns from that mistake, and then a wise man learns from the smart man mistake and avoids it in total. Right.
Right. Right.
So now I'm just more like going back to building the house. Right.
Right.
It's certain things that just has to be finished before you ever start it at all, before it ever begins. And inside the credit lane, I feel like that patience is needed, right? But patience is gonna be needed in a lot of stuff. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Because if you rush it, then you just gonna mess up. You're gonna make a lot of mistakes fast, but like you didn't have to make the mistakes if you just knew that, hey, listen, this is where I'm finna be going.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? This is where I'm headed to. I'm just gonna continue to do what I'm doing, continue learning. You feel what I'm saying? All these type of different things. But yeah, now I'm more like to make it simple, right? I'm more on showing people how to become the person that will actually do the stuff.
Right.
Because I could tell you something, but if you're not the person that's gonna actually do it, then what's gonna happen? Nothing.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I know you want to know what to do, but if you're not that person, if you haven't became that person that's gonna actually do it, then it's like nothing is gonna get done. You feel me? So like we can get into the source of it. You feel me? Because I know I've dealt with it, and I know many other people have probably dealt with the same thing. You feel me? But it's only because you're not like, just not like, you feel me? You don't have that type of, not everybody had that type of person around them. You know what I'm saying? To be able to help out with that.
I know exactly what you're saying, my brother. Like I told you, I was impressed with your age. You know what I'm saying? Even watching you even before this year. So that's what kind of impressed me. The fact that you was so young and you just seemed like you had a lot of eagerness to learn about credit. Let me ask you this: if you was to teach somebody about how they can leverage credit, what would be some advice? What would be your advice? Like,
so I mean, well, first thing is that, you know, you want to leverage your credit to fund your lifestyle. That's the first thing. You feel me? When you going out and you buying personal things that's not bringing you money, you feel me? Like that sound easy right there, but most people do actually get the money. Because I know me, when I first started getting a lot of money I never had, it's like, well, damn, can this ever? This don't like this can ever go.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I got my first 20,000 deposit in my account, and I'm like, I'm looking at it, and I'm like, ain't no way this can even like go. I can't even spend all this, but it go fast. You feel me? So, you know, you don't want to spend what you get. You feel me? You might got a $50,000 business credit card, but you don't want to go out buy no jewelry, cars, things just not assets. You feel me? So I suggest with that, right, that people, how you leverage your credit, excuse me, how you leverage credit to create passive income is when you actually get the funding, you want to invest inside of an asset that's going to pay you back. Because everybody is like, well, you got to be able to pay the money back. Well, if I got an asset that's paying me, right, every single month, then I pay a portion back to the people that gave me the money, then I pay a portion to myself, right? So like now, I didn't use my own money to do it, right? So at that point, I'm just using leverage as like my space right there to be able to create space. I keep my money inside of the account, use theirs to bring me even more, you know, and it's just like, yeah, that's like, I would say this too on that end. You can leverage credit like and get funding, but in some cases, sometimes like people like me, I need like safety nets. You feel what I'm saying? Like, because not every time I make the right move. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, what I end up doing when I started my second business is I end up getting a loan. Right? The loan was around 16,000, right? I got that loan, and I was listening to somebody inside of the inner circle I was talking to and stuff like that. So I end up taking 12 months of the payments, right? 12 months of the payments, started a new account, put it inside of there, and put it on auto pay, right? So it paid itself off for like a year, right? I took the rest of the money and I started investing it back inside of my business, right? But for a year, I don't have to worry about, like, if anything go wrong, I don't have to worry about, you feel what I'm saying? I ain't sweating and shit like, oh shit, bro, I'm gonna pay them back and then pay the employees out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yep.
So if you had to start over, what would you do different? What would you do different if you had to start over, like right now? Would you, like, I know you went from the Airbnb to business credit to personal credit, like what would you do different? You know, because we all have hindsight. We get to a certain point in our life where we be like, man, if I would have knew this back then, I would have did this different. So fast forwarding to where you are now, looking back, what would you have done different, or would you have not done anything different?
Yeah, I would have done a couple of things different. Like going inside a business, the first thing I would say is that I would have never been chasing money before like a profit strategy. You feel what I'm saying? Like you can start chasing the money, and you might get to a level where you're making a lot of money, but it's gonna all fall down because you don't have a real cash flow system. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
You just moving fast. You feel me? What's that line like when you making money fast? It's like it go like this, right? I'm trying to figure out the best way to be able to say it. When you making fast money and you just don't have a profit strategy, you don't got a structure with it. It's almost like you want a Ferrari, right? But you don't know how to drive yet. Like you want a fast car, you don't know how to drive. You just make the crash bigger. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So on that end, I would do that. I would focus on a profit strategy first, right? Like what's my offer? Like what problem am I solving? Like who problem am I actually solving? Right. And then how can I solve that problem in the best way? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it usually when somebody gets started in business, they want to be able to sell to everybody. Like if I could sell to everybody across the world, then that'll be great. But like usually it's the people that make the most money that have a certain type of customer, right? They tended to a certain type of customer. And that's how I feel about that, right? Profit margin. I said profit margin. Offer, number one. Number two, I will focus like on demand. Cause it's like I have seen a lot of people and also myself jump inside of a business and you haven't even evaluated and seen if it has demand.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? So you ain't got longevity anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people still trying today.
Right.
And their business ain't working. It's because it didn't have a demand for it. Right. Like, so you want to select something that is in demand, like that you need. Like we need housing, we need food, we need water, we need, you know what I'm saying? Like you can't go wrong with that energy. You know what I'm saying? Right. So you want to figure out what is in demand and then, you go from there. And then I think the last thing on that is systems. That's probably the main one, systems. Because if you don't have a system, like if you don't have something working for you, you feel what I'm saying? While you gone, then you basically working a 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole thing. People don't build systems first. Like they try to focus on scaling and stuff like that. You don't have a system to scale.
Right.
Because if I'm an lemonade stand and I got 50 cups, I'm ready to serve 50 people. What if 150 come through the door? You feel what I'm saying? I'm not ready to take care of them. So, you know what I'm saying? Systems is what's going to allow you to like work on the business instead of inside of it. Like, because I just feel like when you touching everything, because which I've been through, like when you touching everything inside of your company, you don't own anything.
Right.
You don't own any of it because you inside of it. Right. You know what I'm saying? So when you walk away, it's not automated. You know what I'm saying?
Basically, you a glorified employee. That's what you're trying to say.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. I got a business, but like you still working like, you feel me? That's exactly how it turns out. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. So, and when I say systems, I just mean by automations, right? Things that get you, because you really want to just focus on what you're great at, right? Like when you find out what you're great at in your field, you want to stick to that. You want to put all your energy inside of that. You don't need to be, if you good at speaking, you don't need to be focused on the website, the how you gonna get them in and out and all that stuff like that. Yeah, that take your energy away. You feel what I'm saying? Like, yeah. I feel like going inside there, if you can get that right, you feel me? The system part and your mind is clear, you know, I feel like all your energy would go to the thing that you actually great at, which is gonna make the business completely like different. It's gonna make it hit different. Like analogy I like to give with it is that, you know, a lot of people imagine I'm figuring to hit a tree, right? And I take an axe and I'm hitting that tree everywhere for like 6 hours. You feel what I'm saying? I'm hitting it everywhere. Cause this how usually like entrepreneurs somewhat is. Like we'll start a business, see it's making a little bit. They be like, damn, hold on. They making a lot of business off their e-commerce. Let me dive into that a little bit. You feel me? Now your energy is sporadic. It's everywhere. You feel me? But going back to that, if I'm hitting the tree, right, everywhere, 6 hours, and I get done, I'm gonna look at it, ain't nothing gonna be done. You just hit the tree everywhere. But the person that grabbed that axe and they hit it in the same spot, 6 hours, you got somewhere. You feel me? Because the focus.
Right.
But yeah, yep.
So when you talk about not being a glorified employee, do you think and I'm asking this question because I see a lot of this on social media. Do you think when you get to a certain level in business, because you done made some money off, you know, social media and the businesses that you have started to build, do you think that you will get to a certain point where your time is so limited that you will be still on the internet trying to teach it? You understand what I'm saying?
No, I'm giving
like most people have this, to me, this illusion that really, really ultra rich people get up every morning and get on the internet and say, I want to make the rest of the world rich. Do you believe that, or do you think from your own experience and your own personal opinion, do you think at some point when you got to the level where your business is, you know, you built it
you
to,
good, yep.
Yeah, you good, or it commands most of your time, do you think you will still be that type to be able to get on the internet and teach?
Yeah. Yeah. So first, I do think that's a lie. Like when somebody try to tell you that I want to make the whole world rich and all that stuff like that, because you really like just you out for yourself in a way. But at the same time, though, like you know, I know they do want to help, but your intention is really not to make the whole world. You trying to help, but it's not to really just make everybody rich. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So on that end, when it comes to me personally, I don't know about anybody else on the internet, but when it comes to me personally, you feel what I'm saying? Why shrink myself? You feel what I'm saying? Why shrink myself to where I'm not able to enlighten others?
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Like why do that? Because that like me playing it small, it don't serve anybody. Right. So I can remain low key, but that just ain't the position that God has placed me in. Right. I can't just disappear and go low key. You feel what I'm saying? Like that's all cool and stuff, but what am I here for? You feel what I'm saying? Like, yes, I got a life. I'm living my life myself right now. I'm in my own body. You feel me?
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm meant for something. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like me playing that game small and not continuing to teach. You feel what I'm saying? I would just be, you know what I'm saying, going against myself. You feel me? Yes, it does get stressful at times, but like the bigger the plan, you feel what I'm saying? You got to expect it to be stressful. You feel me? So it's like, it ends up turning out well. You feel what I'm saying? Like that's how I feel with it. So even if I was making $2 million, matter of fact, if I was making $2 million, $3 million, I would be way better than I am right now on the internet.
Yeah.
Because I will be more free. Right. So I will be able to like real deal get the point across to people. Right. You feel what I'm saying? So like you might get it placed in a better way, the information placed in a better way to where it's not you know, not everybody can understand it. You
Right.
feel what I'm saying? Like they said in the Bible that Jesus spoke in I think it was parables, right? If I'm not right. Right.
Yeah.
So not
Yeah.
everybody can understand him.
Right.
You feel me? Like he might walk inside of a room, but it wasn't meant for everybody.
Right.
It wasn't meant for everybody to understand him. When you walk inside the room, might be 1,000 people inside of there, and he might say something. You know what I'm saying? 900 of them probably just completely dislike what this nigga just said. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
But it wasn't meant for those 900. It was meant for the people that felt that in their heart. What he just said was meant for them people. You feel what I'm saying? Because those the ones. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? I might still continue to be on the internet. It's gonna be a lot of people that say hateful stuff, and it go back to that same line right there. You feel me? Like I'm not here for them. I'm not here for the people that want to be able to hate and not see my intentions.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah, I'm here for the few. You feel me?
Let me ask you this, and I just want to know what your answer is this, because somebody made a comment on one of my YouTube videos that I had actually did with Sherman, and he talked about working, doing all the hard work, working as hard as you can, and talking about how if you don't pay attention to life, it'll kick your ass, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I had a guy, and he said, you could do all the work that you want. You can work as hard as you want to, but you still gonna need luck to make it. If somebody like hearing that statement, what would be your response to a statement like that? No matter, you can work hard as you want to, but you still gonna need, they said you still gonna need luck to make it. How would you respond? I'm just curious.
I mean, yeah, I think the harder that you work, the luckier you get. You feel what I'm saying? The more that I'm working towards the luckier I'm just getting. You feel what I'm saying? Everybody probably see, oh, damn, everybody probably say, oh, damn, that nigga lucky. That nigga been working, you know what I'm saying, hard, you feel what I'm saying, to get lucky every time. So it's like, you not only work harder, but you end up doing that process, you learn how to work smarter because you get exhausted sometimes. You like, bro, you get stuck to a point to where you like, I don't know what to do.
Right.
And that's when you end up having you get lucky.
Right.
You end up having somebody come through your life.
Or you basically, you prepared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You said you prepared.
Yeah, you prepared. Because I think with everybody, opportunity comes along for everybody. Whether they prepared or not. No, that's the difference.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay, I'm getting what you're saying.
I think even with Sherman, he worked hard. He was prepared, for when the opportunities came. Just like you. Like, just, same thing with you. You work hard. You ready for
in this situation.
Something comes along. So you still a young guy in your 20s. Like, is there somebody that mentors you, or who do you look to now for like mentorship or for some type of wisdom or guidance? Like how is that working out for you?
Really, to be honest with you, I used to look at everybody else on the internet, you know what I'm saying, when it came to my field, but I haven't even looked at them in a long, long time.
Really?
I got them on Instagram, all that stuff like that. I ain't looked at them in a long time. I just go way back now. You know what I'm saying? I continue to go way back, like Jim Rohn, or who's another one? You got Jim Rohn, you got Earl Nightingale, you got a couple of them, right? That it's like everybody is saying the same thing, but nobody, like I said, nobody is getting to the source of the stuff, right? Like. Because if you moving without understanding, then you just gonna keep on moving. You just gonna be a rat on the little scale. You feel what I'm saying? You just moving.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because most people mistake of activity for outcome.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Like I'm doing. I gotta be going somewhere. But you really ain't making no outcome. You ain't getting no outcome from it. You feel what I'm saying? So you really gotta be able to sit back and look at what you doing, like evaluate. Like before you start jumping into stuff, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what I definitely recognize, you know.
Okay. And this last question. At the beginning of the show, you said you you named the reason of why your friend ended up getting killed,
Yeah.
and that pushed you to move to Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
And even with moving to Dallas, you said you still had some obstacles that you had to overcome. Now that you're in a better space, do uh, you think that, I'll say, environments make a difference in how much or how well you can succeed, or how much opportunity or um, resources that you may have available to you, based on where you may live? Because now you can compare Dallas to
To Memphis.
Memphis. And because, I ask this question because a lot of people, they be like, oh, people always talk about, if they move, it's gonna make a difference, but it's not gonna make a difference. Like, how do you feel about that? Do you think, you know, your environment sometimes dictates your success,
Mm-hmm.
or do you feel like it doesn't matter where you at? The environment doesn't. The environment has no bearing on your opportunities or the resources that's available to you.
Uh, I think it does. It does have an effect on, like, if you have like a wall. You feel what I'm
Mhm.
saying? A certain wall that you got. You feel
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you limiting yourself by staying in an environment.
Right.
Like, imagine that you had like a flower pot, right?
Mhm.
And you put the plant inside the flower pot, and the plant started to grow bigger than the pot.
Mhm.
It's about to get ready to break the pot. You feel what I'm saying?
Mhm.
You can't keep it inside of there because the plant is gonna grow dead. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Something gonna
Right.
happen to it. You gotta take that junk out of you gotta take it out of that pot. You feel me? And take it to the garden, somewhere bigger environment. That way it can grow bigger. You
Right.
feel me? So I do feel like that your environment, like when it does change, you do change in a way. You
Right.
feel me? So
Right.
like, it may not be a tremendous change, but it's a change for the good. You feel what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
It all depends on, your situation that you in. Uh, just, yeah, your environment. You feel what I'm saying? Because it
Yeah.
depended. I wasn't raised, you feel what I'm saying, in no good environment. Like, none of my family knew about credit and all that. They just now kind of hopping on credit now,
Mhm.
because they didn't see me on the internet. They still won't come tell me, but
Right.
they've been getting their credit right. They won't
Right.
tell me, but
Yeah.
they've been getting their credit right.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it's crazy because now, none of my family really believed in what I was doing at first. And that was a sad point because Sherman was the only person that I called all of them. I
Mhm.
was like, I'll send it back to you tomorrow. But none of them really was like, hey, you out there, you got fired. You know what I'm saying? Like, you trying to start a business. They just didn't, they wasn't going, they wouldn't even messing with it at all. It took a whole maybe 3 years for like my mama, my granddad, for them to actually come through and say, like, hey, I'm proud of you, or you making the way now. You feel what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
But I know it started from my belief. You feel what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
So that's the whole thing with it. But the environment does matter,
Mhm.
you know. But the source of that is your belief, though, too.
Mhm.
Like, believe that you can get out of that environment and know that it can happen, because some people need proof to be able to believe. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I
Right.
need proof to be able to believe. And then some people that know that belief is the proof.
Right.
You feel what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, it
Right.
is the proof. Like, long as I believe, I know I can make it. I can make it happen.
That's what's up. Tell the people, if they want to reach out to you and find you, like, where they can, you know, get at you on social media, websites, like.
On all platforms, you guys want to be able to find me. It's going to be at Kiee Gibson, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, wherever you want to be able to find me, you can get me there, right? If you need any help when it comes to you actually receiving business funding or growing and scaling your business, utilizing credit to be able to actually create passive income, you can go to www.krsенterprises.com.
That's what's up. Um, It's a wrap. Hey, subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button. Think slow. Slow down your thinking, rather, and speed up your progress. We out.
Yeah, like